What if I told you that the people who seem the happiest are often the ones hurting the most, not the ones who complain, not the ones who break down publicly, but the ones who smile in every photo, say I'm fine, a little too quickly, and crack jokes when the silence gets too heavy. The ones who are always there for others, yet somehow no one's ever truly there for them. It's a strange paradox. We've built a world where vulnerability is seen as weakness and strength is defined by how well we can hide our pain. So we learn to wear masks, we master the art of pretending, of smiling while silently drowning, and the scariest part, most people never notice, because we've been conditioned to look for visible wounds, to respond only to what we can see. But the deepest wounds, the ones that never fully heal, aren't on the skin. They're etched into the psyche, carved into the soul. It starts early. A child learns that crying annoys adults, that expressing sadness is being dramatic, that speaking up makes people uncomfortable, so they stop, they hold it in, they learn to smile to survive, and what began as a defense becomes their identity. We praise the strong ones, the ones who never ask for help, the ones who always show up, no matter how broken they are inside. But we rarely ask what it's costing them. We don't see the toll it takes to be the rock everyone leans on, while silently cracking from within. There's an old Japanese practice called kintsugi, where broken pottery is repaired with gold. The philosophy behind it says something powerful, that the cracks aren't flaws to hide, but history to honor. That something broken can become even more beautiful than it was before. But in our world we do the opposite. We conceal, we perform, we Photoshop our faces and filter our emotions. We tell people to stay positive, as if pain is an inconvenience, not a part of being human. This culture of emotional censorship has deep roots. Historically, stoicism was glorified, especially in men. To feel deeply was to be unmanly. To cry was shameful. This legacy still lingers. We tell boys to man up, and call women too emotional when they speak their truth. We label grief as weakness, anger as instability, sensitivity as fragility, and over time, people stop showing us who they really are. Do you remember Robin Williams, the man who could make the whole world laugh? His smile lit up millions of lives, but behind it was a darkness that few ever saw. When he died by suicide, the world was shocked, but it shouldn't have been. He was a perfect example of how the brightest smiles can hide the darkest pain, how laughter can become a mask, a distraction, a last line of defense against a world that feels too heavy to face alone. And it's not just celebrities. It's your coworker who always brings the energy but goes home feeling invisible. It's your friend who listens to everyone's problems but never opens up about their own. It might even be you, smiling, functioning, performing, while quietly falling apart inside. Psychologically, this is called smiling depression, a condition where someone appears happy on the outside, but is battling deep sadness or emptiness underneath. It's especially dangerous because it often goes unnoticed, even by the person suffering. These individuals often excel in school, hold stable jobs, maintain relationships. They do what's expected. They play the part, but at night when the performance ends, the silence is deafening. There's a term in psychology called emotional masking. It's a defense mechanism, something the brain does to protect itself. When we feel unsafe expressing pain, we mask it with what's more socially acceptable. Humor, cheerfulness, indifference, but the mask always cracks. Over time, the suppression builds pressure. And when that pressure reaches its peak, it often explodes in self-sabotage, addiction, or breakdowns that seem to come out of nowhere. Except they don't come out of nowhere. They come from years of not being seen, of not being heard, of smiling when we needed to scream. In ancient Greek theatre, actors wore masks to represent different characters. Tragedy, comedy, hero, villain. Those masks helped the audience understand who the person was supposed to be. But the actor underneath, always the same. That's what we do now. We perform our assigned roles, the reliable one, the funny one, the strong one, and the mask becomes so convincing. Even we start to believe it. But what happens when the performance becomes unbearable, when the smile starts to hurt more than the truth? Healing begins the moment we admit we're not okay, the moment we stop pretending, the moment we allow ourselves to be fully human, messy, flawed, vulnerable. It's terrifying because the fear is this. Asterisk, if people knew who I really am, they wouldn't love me. Asterisk, but here's the paradox. The more we hide, the more alone we feel, and the more alone we feel, the more we believe we have to keep hiding. It takes incredible strength to be real in a world that rewards illusion, to say, I'm not okay, without apologizing for it, to cry and not feel ashamed, to stop smiling when you want to scream, and that kind of strength doesn't look like the movies. It's quiet, it's raw, it's a late night phone call, it's a trembling confession, it's breaking the silence you've carried for years. It's not always beautiful, but it's honest, and honesty is where healing begins. Some of the most emotionally intelligent people are also the most wounded, because pain teaches you how to see, how to notice the subtle signs in others, how to hold space for someone when they're breaking. But here's the irony. The world rarely holds space for them. If you know someone who always seems fine, check on them. Not with a "how are you?" They can deflect, but with presence, with sincerity, with time. And if you're the one always smiling, ask yourself why. Not every smile is fake, but some are survival, a way to say, asterisk, I can't afford to fall apart right now. Asterisk, but you deserve more than survival. You deserve peace. You deserve to be real, so maybe today's the day you loosen the mask, just a little, with someone you trust, or even just with yourself, because no one heals by pretending they're not hurt, and you are not weak for feeling. You are not broken for breaking down. You are not unlovable because you've been hiding behind a smile. You're human, and sometimes that's the hardest role of all to play. If this message spoke to something inside you. You're not alone. There's a quiet revolution happening, of people waking up, peeling back the masks, and choosing honesty over performance. Will you join them? If this resonated, take a moment to reflect. Share this video with someone who might be smiling through pain. Leave a comment below if you've ever felt unseen behind your own mask, and if you haven't already, subscribe for more stories that speak to the soul. Because sometimes the truth you've been hiding is the one thing that sets you free.